fallout continues, Polly. This is just the latest.
That's true, though we have to keep in mind that these are earnings. This is all based on what already happened. So I think that's actually quite important here, right? This means that this gun debate, while important, is really part of a larger conversation about how the firearms industry is doing.
Polly, in the old days, not that long ago, there was this pattern where we saw after a mass shooting, there would be a big surge in gun sales as people feared reprisals. Those didn't happen. It seems like there has been a flip in that people don't worry about that, maybe because Trump is president now. Is that weighing on the business of these companies?
I think it's definitely true. So for about the last 5 quarters, we haven't seen that be the case. Some people have called this the Trump slump. Some people are just saying maybe people are maxed out. If you have 3 or 4 AR-15s, do you need to go out and buy another one? Perhaps you do. But some people are saying maybe I don't need to. I'm not afraid that they're going to go away anytime soon. That definitely impacts this. The other thing that we should be looking at is just oversaturation of inventory. Some of these retailers might have had a lot of inventory before the election, and they're just now moving through it. It does take some time to move that inventory. That hurts manufacturers.
Yeah, certainly, as we've seen from other retailers as well. We should mention we're still waiting for American Outdoor Brands to begin trading once again. It is halted for the moment after giving that disappointing forecast. But Sturm Ruger, another gun maker, is declining, plunging, I should say, in after-hours trading, off by more than 8% right now. You could, I suppose, see it as a proxy for what AOBC might do when it resumes trading.
Yeah, there's, I guess, a lot of people pricing in the forecast cut there for outdoor and saying these other guys are going to have to respond in light. But we are seeing more and more companies actually responding in their own way here. And you, Scott, and I were talking about this earlier. And if you can't get some kind of policy response from the government, then the private sector's kind of pushing it themselves.
That's right. A lot of this is really dependent on the private sector. We've seen Walmart react. We've seen Dick's react. This morning we saw Kroger react in regards to its Fred Meyer stores.
What percentage of guns, though, are sold at big chains that have investors and are subject to investor pressure?
Because we really lack federal data that looks at exactly where guns are sold, it's hard to say exactly. But something to keep in mind is that gun show culture is real. Mom and pop stores are popular. There's definitely a lot of sales going on there that don't go through the mega stores.
Polly, you wrote an incredible article for Bloomberg Business Week this week, my favorite story. And you talk about how in any other industry, if you've got a faulty toaster or a faulty toy, it could be recalled. The companies would be forced to recall. Not the case in the United States for guns. What's going on? That's
right. This actually dates back to the 1970s. When the Consumer Product Safety Commission was created, firearms were deliberately left out. And John Dingell, who had an A+ rating with the NRA, though he is a Democrat, was really a major proponent of that. He worried that if we allowed firearms to be recalled, it was really a backdoor to gun control that could be politically motivated. So now, if there is an alleged defect with a firearm, that means there's no way to get it out through the government. You'd really have to sue, or the company would have to proactively decide that we are going to remove this product. And that really brings us back to this whole private sector argument with gun control. We're really saying the private sector have to be responsible in this space.